A Hat in Time is a 3D platformer developed and published by Gears for Breakfast. In this game, you play as a carefree little girl who needs to recollect timepieces to power her spaceship after he loses them all. Wait, I feel like I've heard this before. At the beginning of the game, she meets a blonde mustache girl who is determined to get rid of the Mafia in Mafia Town, and after collaborating with you for a bit, calls you selfish and becomes irrelevant until the last 10 minutes of the game. The gameplay is very reminiscent of Super Mario Odyssey and Super Mario Galaxy, with a hint of Majora's Mask in the hats. There are badges that you can add to the hats that give you special abilities that aren't at all required but are pretty fun, such as the hookshot badge and the projectile badge. In terms of hats, there's the kid's hat, which directs you to where you're supposed to go, the sprint hat, which allows you to run faster and if you aren't cheap, can be paired with the scooter badge, so you can give mail to sad workers that one time. The ice hat, which is a ground pound, the dweller's mask, which allows you to have platforms and objects in a certain range be pulled into and out of existence, and finally, the time stop hat. Now, when I discovered this, I was tingling because that was a JoJo reference right laid out for me. That was until I found out that the time stop hat is actually the time slow hat. It's still cool, but I was very disappointed. This game offers a lot of unique characters, each with their own voice acting, and it did a good job of keeping the lines from being too corny as well. This game, while usually having a very fun and happy vibe to it, does also allow itself to get a little darker content-wise than Mario games do. I found the game to be very fun in terms of just moving around, even when I did inevitably get lost on some missions, especially in the forest area. The combat is fairly basic, but the ability to do homing attacks is also skillfully used as a platformer mechanic. Something I struggled a lot with while playing was the camera. I found the camera getting shoved into my body very often, and it made dodging attacks and being able to move around the map unnecessarily difficult. I did also find myself getting lost in the maps pretty often, but that is also partially my fault because I wanted to explore the game as much as I could, and to the game's credit, it does give you a lot to explore, and it gave me a sense of accomplishment when I strayed off course and found something new. Overall, A Hat in Time was a worthwhile game to play between other games and as something to play for a whole afternoon. Also, this game came out a full 3 weeks before Odyssey did, so don't think I'm calling it a ripoff even though they do have very similar mechanics. So, I've always wanted to try making a review-style video, and I'm very open to criticism that can help me make what I do for you guys better, and so that I can feel less progressively bad about what I post each time. So if you want to put down any suggestions in the comments below, that would be massively appreciated. Something I try to do is keep my videos short, to make them as entertaining as possible and not make them drawn out for ad breaks, but if you think that I should make longer videos that go more in depth, I'm open to that as well. Anything that you want to see from me, I'm open to listening to. Thank you. And hey, if you enjoy my gameplay videos better, next Friday is December 7th, and everyone will be there. I can't wait for Smash Ultimate, and I hope you can donate 5 minutes of your time to watch me get clapped by B39. Remember to keep your Switches charged, and see you next time!